yes, I'm sure you remember that little melody. Not really. But seriously though, exercises and scales and all of those kinds of good things used to scare me as a child playing piano. I detested exercises. I would not do them, actually. And it wasn't until I got into college and majored in music that I seriously understood the power of some good, frequent exercise for my hands and for my fingers. And I didn't realize early on that it gave you a lot of power and a lot of skill and technique and dexterity that without them you just couldn't achieve that. After college, I seriously took up classical guitar for a number of years, and once again, my instructor said, "You've got to be doing some exercises. You got to do some technique exercises and dexterity exercises." And I resisted at first until he taught me a few that were actually quite easy to memorize. I could just have them. I could pull them out every day when I played, and I would do them before I would sit down to practice, and I would do them maybe in the middle of the practice time or at the end. But the key thing is I did them every day. And it wasn't long before I discovered my increased power and control over my playing. Now your fingers tend to have a will of their own. And one of the things that we're always trying to achieve as musicians is to take over the control of the fingers, to have a mind over the fingers rather than the fingers over us. The ring finger and little finger particularly are real independent fingers. They want to do their own thing. And so these exercises that we're going to be working on, and this is just the first one. There are a number of others, but this one primarily is what I'd like you to learn right now. And I think if you learn this and you start to do this every day, you're going to discover some really, really good skill development in your left hand. Much more dexterity. As our fingers and our muscles age, they get kind of creaky, they get kind of tight and everything. And you know, athletes warm up before they perform, before they play their game. And so musicians do the same thing, whether you're a vocalist or you're a drummer or whatever. There's all kinds of little exercises that we learn to do and do them on a regular basis. Now this little exercise is simply this. Now just follow along with me. You play the 4th string open, and then play the 1st fret, then the 2nd fret, then the 3rd fret, and then the 4th fret with the little finger. So you got all 4 fingers down. Now notice as I go up, I didn't release any of those prior fingers, did I? I didn't go. We don't want to do that. You want to leave them down. Why? Because that increases strength in your fingers and independence. You're going to get a lot more independence out of your fingers. I'm also putting my thumb right behind the neck for support rather than around like this, but this way. That allows me to drop my wrist, and then these fingers can arch over the top of the unplayed strings, the open strings. Then we go to the 3rd string, do the same thing. Play it open, 1st fret, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Then the 2nd string, open, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Then play the 1st string open, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And there's the entire pattern from the 4th string to the 1st string. So we play. And there you have the entire pattern. Now, let's reverse it. To go backwards, we do just the opposite. However, as you go down, when you start on the 1st string, put all 4 fingers down at the same time. Not just the little pinky, but all 4. So it starts on the 4th fret, then we peel it off, 3rd fret, 2nd, 1st, then open. Now, put all the 4 fingers down on the 2nd string. And here's where you're developing independence, because you're forcing these little pinky and ring finger to go down and then these to go down. This is going to be good for like chords like the E minor chord, the B flat chord, any of the diminished seventh chords, and so forth and so on. Then we go to the third string, fourth finger down first, but I'll put them all down, but we play the fourth fret, third fret, second fret, first fret, open. Then we go to the fourth string, all four fingers down, fourth, third, second, first, and then open. So once we've learned forwards and backwards, then we put them together like this. And then we reverse. It doesn't make any musical sense, does it? It's not a scale as such, and it's not any kind of a musical fragment. It's just an exercise. That's all it is. Play it slowly. That's not really that slow. Reverse. Once you've memorized that, then every time you pick up your instrument, you're going to find yourself naturally playing that. And I gotta tell you, if you do this every day at your playing time, you're going to find increased strength and power in your left hand. I promise you. I do. I really promise you. Okay, so by the way, I put up a blog and a YouTube video about my DVD, my beginner's DVD. And I know that a lot of you out there got ukuleles for Christmas this past Christmas. And this is a great way to start. It teaches you the basic chords, basic strumming, chord fingerings, etc., etc. And there is a little companion ebook that you can purchase that goes with it that has all the music that's on the DVD plus about 40 other songs in there. It's a rather large book, and with strumming, suggested strumming patterns, etc. So if you go to www.allthingsukulele.com, allthingsukulele.com, that's my blog site, you can read more details about the contents of the DVD and the ebook. So there you have it. Have fun with your exercise. You know, it's not as fun perhaps as playing through your songs, but I think it's going to give you a lot of increased power and enjoyment in your playing down the road. So as always, happy strumming.